Hello, my name is Matthew, and I just read The Inspector. It's a comedy in 5 acts by Nikolai Gogol. It's translated by Richard Pever, Larissa Volonkonsky, and then also Richard Nelson. So this is a collaboration between the three of them. And the play is set in a corrupt Russian town, an unnamed corrupt Russian town run by the mayor, who is essentially a mob boss on the take from every other major figure in the town. And the characters, the play feels almost allegorical. The characters, it's the mayor and his wife and daughter, the school superintendent, the judge, the warden of the poorhouse, the postmaster, there's landowners, the doctor, the police chief, and then other businessmen, merchants and locksmiths and things like that. And the head of every single one of these major institutions is corrupt and morally bankrupt. They are taking advantage and abusing their power to the detriment of the citizens in this town. The citizens are left completely destitute. And the play begins with the mayor finding out that an inspector from St. Petersburg, and a very important government official, is coming into town to inspect how everything is being handled. And they believe that the inspector is coming incognito, is the phrase they use. And the mayor is just in hysterics, a complete panic that he's going to be found out, and all of the thievery and bribery and mishandling of funds, all of the things that he's doing, he's going to be caught. And so all of these people, the judge and the police chief, they're having a meeting to try to figure out what to do. Maybe they can bribe this person. Maybe they can trick this person. Well, there's a traveler, someone that has come into town, and he's basically a nobody, has no money. He has a servant, so he must have some sort of status, but he's a nobody, and he's been rotting in this hotel, this inn, for a week now, and he can't pay for what he's already used up. So nights in the hotel, he's extended and completely ruined his credit to having food, and he doesn't know what he's going to do. And just by happenstance, it gets back to the mayor that this person, his name is, let me see, Klestikov. I'm sure that's not how you say it. Well, he's mistaken to be this very important inspector. And so the mayor goes to the hotel to meet this person. And there's a lot of really strong comedy in this case of mistaken identity, where all of a sudden this guy who's a grifter and a charlatan, and he's completely selfish and narcissistic and only out for himself. He doesn't care about any sort of he's not having an ethical dilemma when he finds out that everybody thinks that he's a very important person. In fact, the more important they think that this person is, the more important he piles on, he pretends to be. So at a certain point, he's telling people that he's friends with Pushkin, and he's written all these famous operas, and everybody in the fake inspector, everybody in St. Petersburg is terrified of him. And the town, the heads of all of these institutions in town decide that they're gonna have a gambit and try to bribe him. And as soon as the fake inspector catches wind of this, he doesn't try to beat around the bush at all. So the first time someone sort of offers him money, he just takes it. And then the next time someone comes up, so like the policeman comes, he just asks him. He says, can you give me $600? The next person, can you give me $800? Even poor people, he'll say, can I have $1,000? And someone will say, I only have $25. He goes, yeah, I'll take that. So this fake inspector finds himself in this completely corrupt town and swindles and tricks all of them. There is a love triangle between the mayor's wife and daughter and the fake inspector, and by the end of it, he just proposes to the daughter, convinces the mayor that he's going to marry his daughter and that he's this extremely important person, and they're all going to move to St. Petersburg, and uh, you know, just live this really powerful, luxurious, respectable lifestyle. And as soon as the marriage is agreed upon, he hightails it out of town. And it comes out that after this person has tricked everybody, stolen everybody's money, um, made a fool of the mayor, embarrassed the wife, mortified the daughter, uh, he's gone, not to be found, not to be caught. And at the point of this revelation, where everything is exposed, um, everyone has shown their cards, everyone's tried to backstab each other, they've all been found out, and they're at their complete lowest point. None of them can trust each other, and there's a ring. This is the very end of the play, and they get notification that the actual inspector has just arrived, and then the curtain comes down. And it's a comedy of errors, and it is very funny, but the social commentary is biting. There's a hard eye on the effects of systemic corruption that can be a poison and run through every aspect of society, and how harmful it is. Even the 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 small businesses become corrupt because they need to um, figure out a way of living while they're being robbed blind by people more powerful than them. No one in this book, in this play, uh, has any sort of decency or honesty or credibility. They are all liars and crooks and thieves and swindlers and charlatans, and on and on and on. And the play does not offer any answers. It's just showing a corrupt town. And in this, the person that gets away with it all is the person that was the worst of the worst, the most self-centered and narcissistic, egotistical, no moral compass whatsoever, can just strip down and expose everybody in town. And it's a short read. It's a very quick, briskly paced play. There's no fat. It's lean and hard. The language is provocative and strong, energetic and exciting, um, and genuinely, like that allegorical aspect that I think that I mentioned works so well, because for the head of each one of these pillars also feels like a real character. And one of the things that Gogol, I think, does so well is making an unbelievable circumstance um, feel grounded and real, and show an inner truth or real problems or real issues. It's not like the bear went over the mountain, where it's just a funny idea of a bear. This story I just read of a bear going into the town and not being revealed as a bear. This is fundamentally deeper and holds more universal truths that you laugh along, and it also makes you sick. So Gogol's one of my favorite Russian writers, and this was a really enjoyable play. This is the second time that I've read it, but it's been years. So let me know if you've read The Inspector by Gogol, or if you've read anything else by Gogol. I would love to hear. And that's it. Leave a comment if you would like, and thank you for watching.